gonna be hot too. Just be careful. Wrong.
Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Charlie Brown Field. We had some technical difficulties. We're still experiencing some issues right now, and we're trying to get them fixed. But welcome, everybody, to Charlie Brown Field in Valley City. I'm Joe Schreiner alongside of Brian Watson. He's the technical guy tonight, so he's doing all the work for me. We're joining in here in the bottom of the first inning. Valley City just scored 2 runs. Wahpeton in the top of the first had no runs. And Ulick is now pitching to Riley Gerhardt, the catcher for Valley City. As you can see on the screen there, the umpire is standing behind the pitcher's mound due to COVID. And so we've got some different things. They did not do a national anthem here tonight. So we're going to see what we can do and get the game underway here for you. Again, it's a swing and a miss there and a foul tip just out of the glove of Jordan Miller behind the plate. Jake Ulick on the hill for Wahpeton. Again, Wahpeton senior Babe Ruth here. The Legion canceled the season for all Legion teams, so the Class A North Dakota teams decided to join the senior Babe Ruth this year. So the senior Babe Ruth teams are out there tonight. Swing and a miss and a drop. Was it a foul tip? No, it was not. And he's still hanging in there. Foul tip on that one. It counts 2-2 now. 2 outs for Valley City at the plate again. Valley City leads here in the bottom of the first, 2-0. Riley Gerhardt at the plate. Swing and pulls that one foul just past the reach of Nick Thompson at third base. Starting lineup here for Wahpeton. At third base, Nick Thompson. Shortstop was Sawyer Malmy. Mason Tome at second base. Hunter Wamry at first base. Jake Ulick starting pitcher and Jordan Miller behind the plate. Out in left field, Isaac Loosemore, Isaac Getz in center, and Torrey Ulick out in right. Starting lineup for Wahpeton. Swing, and he just, little change up there, and Gerhardt barely hung in there, just put the bat out there, and he pulled it foul. Blooper little past the third base coach's box, and so he hangs in there. Count remains 2-2 with 2 out. Valley City 2, Wahpeton nothing here in the bottom of the first. Again, we had some technical issues, and we'll explain those here during the break when we get a chance. And that one just nicks Gerhardt, so a hit by pitch. So he'll go to first base on the hit by pitch. That's the second one this inning already for Jake Ulick. Jake hit the leadoff hitter, Avery Benefeld, and he came around and scored on a triple by Jacob Johnson, the starting pitcher for Valley City. And Johnson ended up scoring on a ground ball to third to Nick Thompson, and then over to first. That allowed Benefeld to score from first base. We've got a courtesy runner at first base for Valley City. And up to the plate now for Valley City, Easton Hesh. He's the first baseman, wearing number 2. Runner on first, 2 outs, 2-0 lead for Valley City. Runs a strike, and the throw down to second on the steal, and he's going to call him out. So throw out at second base for the stealing runner at second base. I'll have to get his name that was thrown out there, but he was thrown out at second base on a 2-4 play. So that brings up the third out for Valley City. Again, they scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 hit batters, and that is the end of the first inning. So Valley City leads 2-0 at the end of 1. Again, welcome here to Valley City and Charlie Brown Field. I suppose I better mention too, Brian, that we don't own the rights to this music you can hear in the background. I suppose we better say that so we don't get in trouble. We do not own the rights to that music, so we'll try to keep going here. Again, we're playing Senior Babe Ruth here. The Legion teams seasons were canceled, and then Babe Ruth was kind enough to put everybody in the spot here and let them join the charters for this year, and hopefully everybody will be back to normal next year, and Legions will be playing. Now, the teams are not supposed to be wearing Legion uniforms. I see Valley City has got some patches on their uniforms. Even the umpires I see have got a couple patches on their uniforms, Brian. And they're wearing patches, but they're not supposed to be. And Wahpeton boys dressed in blue uniforms. You can probably see the guys here as they warm up in the gray pants. They're blue jerseys with red numerals outlined in white on their backs. And then across to the front, it's Wahpeton in script. And it's in red and trimmed in white also. All right, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for Wahpeton. It was Jake Ulick. He was the starting pitcher batting first. Isaac Getz was the center fielder. Batting second. Third was Isaac Loosemore, was left fielder, batting third. Batting fourth is going to be Nick Thompson, third baseman. After that, it's Dawson Hoffman, a designated hitter. Hunter Wamry, first base. Jordan Miller at catcher. Torrey Ulick in right field. And Sawyer Malmy at shortstop. And Mason Tome at second base. So Nick Thompson's going to bat fourth here for the Wahpeton senior Babe Ruth. And Thompson steps into the box. Johnson on the hill, delivers, and a swing, and it's going to be just foul outside the first base line. So Nick's got to speed up the bat there on that fastball a little bit and pull that ball a little more. Nick batting cleanup for the Wahpeton senior Babe Ruth. Jake Ulick, Isaac Getz, and Isaac Loosemore all went down on strikes in the first inning for Wahpeton. A couple of nice laced foul balls a couple times there for the Wahpeton guys, but couldn't quite get him into the fair territory. So Nick Thompson looking at his second pitch. He lines that one to first base, and it's also foul. First baseman Easton Hesh picks that one up just in foul territory. So 2 strikes now on Nick Thompson. Brian's still trying to work on some technical things for us. We'll get him on the air here soon. Nick Thompson, third swing, and it's another foul ball. That one goes out of play over the first base dugout. Still counts 0-2 on Nick Thompson. Nobody out. Wahpeton trails 2-0 here in the top of the second. Got 2 games coming tonight from Charlie Brown Field. Thanks for joining us here on Three Border Sports. Another swing, and that one's going to go back behind the plate. So Nick Thompson putting the bat on the ball here. Every swing he's had, he's put the bat on the ball so far, but he is down in the count, 0-2. Again, umpire standing behind the pitcher's mound here due to the COVID regulations. And that one is a check swing, but they're going to say he went on that one. So another strikeout for Johnson in Valley City. That's 4 strikeouts for him. That's going to bring up Dawson Hoffman, the designated hitter for Wahpeton, wearing number 12.
Designated hitter number 12, Dawson Hoffman.
Dawson can pull the ball to the left side. If he gets a hold of one, he'll give it a good ride. 1 out for Wahpeton here in the top of the second. Jacob Johnson on the hill for Valley City. Riley Gerhardt behind the plate. Swing and a miss, chest high there for Dawson. Head coach Kelly McNary of the Wahpeton senior Babe Ruth. There's a swing and a foul ball over the first base dugout right behind us. Kelly McNary, the head coach for the Wahpeton senior Babe Ruth, assistant coaches Wade Gilbertson and Lance Getz. Johnson wheels and the delivery, swing and a miss. That was shoulder high there to Dossman, so that makes another strikeout here in the inning. 2 swinging strikeouts here in the top of the second for Wahpeton. 5 strikeouts total for Jacob Johnson in Valley City. That's going to bring up Hunter Wamry, the first baseman for Wahpeton. Number 4 is his jersey number. Hunter in the box, and it bounces about 5 feet in front of home plate, so he takes ball 1. Johnson hasn't thrown too many balls here so far in this game. A lot of strikes from Johnson. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Wahpeton trails 2-0 in the top of the second. Strike at the knees there to Hunter, so it's 1-1 count now. So Hunter Wamry runs the count to 1-1. Jacob Johnson gets the sign from Gerhardt. Wheels and delivers. Little breaking ball just inside the way it looked from here. We're sitting off to the first base side. We're not in the press box because of limited space up there due to COVID. So they put us on a table here by the first base dugout. Pretty good view over here. Hunter takes strike 2 off the outside corner. That runs the count 2-2 now, 2 outs for Wahpeton here in the top of the second. Deuces are wild, as they say on the board. Right now there's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs for Valley City. And swing and a miss, so that's another strikeout for Jacob Johnson. That's 3 in this inning for Valley City. So that the top of the second inning there for Wahpeton. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts, 3 more for Jacob Johnson, the starting pitcher for Valley City. Again, we do not own the rights to this music that you hear in the background. And we thank you for joining us here on Three Border Sports. Brian, you want to take a second to say hi here? No, you're too busy, huh? Brian's still trying to figure out some technical things that we got going on. We only do have one camera operating at the time, so bear with us here. We'll try to get that second camera going. He's trying to get things going, and we'll get things operating a little bit better here as soon as we can. It's our first go at it, so we'll try and at least bring you the audio portion of it. And you guys can hear what we're doing at least and get some video on it as well. So the Wahpeton Senior Babe Ruth out there. Got a nice crowd here at Charlie Brown Field. Some Wahpeton folks made the trip here. The Zock family sitting off to my left. I saw the Ulicks were here earlier as well. Nice crowd from Valley City here at Charlie Brown Field. They had a ceremonial first pitch for a couple of Legion members that had passed away here just this past winter, and in memory of Dan Johnson and Jeff Carpenter. And I think one is a relation to the pitcher for Valley City, and the other is related to the head coach, Chase Carpenter. Again, the head coach for Valley City is Chase Carpenter, and assistant coaches Cal Fogner and Seth Soderholm. Those are your coaches for Valley City. Coming up now here in the bottom of the second for Valley City, Easton Hesch. He's the first baseman wearing number 2. He's the 6th hitter in the lineup. He was up last inning when the stolen base attempt was made, so Hesch comes back up to the plate, and he takes strike 1 at the knees. So Hesch, right-handed hitter, facing Jake Ulick. Jake is the only super senior on the Wahpeton squad this year. Swing and a foul ball behind the plate there, a little chopper. And retrieved there by Jordan Miller. Again, Jake Ulick on the hill, the only super senior for Wahpeton this year. And I asked Coach Carpenter if he had any super seniors before the game, and he told me they did not. They do have a lot of seniors on their squad, but another swing and a miss there. So Jake Ulick picking up his first strikeout of the day. So that's 1 out there for Valley City here in the bottom of the second. Again, if you're just joining us, thanks for joining Three Border Sports Network here with Brian Watson and myself, Joe Schreiner. 2-0 in favor of Valley City here. They scored on a triple by the pitcher, Jacob Johnson, driving in 1 run, and then Johnson scored on a fielder's choice, or not a fielder's choice, but a ground out to third base. So Johnson scored after that. That's their score, 2-0. And there's a liner just over the second baseman's head, and that's going to drop in for a single in short right field. So that is a single for Alex Thornton. So Alex Thornton gets a hit there for Valley City. He's the second baseman, and now that's going to bring up Austin Thornton. He's the left fielder for Valley City, batting 8th. So it's 1 on, 1 out for Valley City here in the bottom of the second. Jake Ulick now is going to go from the stretch again. He's been going from the stretch all game so far. And delivered bunt attempt, and there is a bunt. Good. That's a good bunt in the first base side, and Ulick cannot field it, and he wheels and throws to second, and everybody's safe. That was a tough play. I think they're going to have to give him a hit on that one, Brian. I think we're going to give him a hit, and it was a bunt for a sacrifice hit, but didn't need it. It was a bunt for a hit, so yes, they did call that a hit up in the press box, so they agreed with me on that too. It was a tough play for Ulick. It was just fast enough to roll past the pitcher's mound, and he overran it and couldn't make the play. He had to make a heck of a play if he was going to get it. So we got 1 out, 2 on is what I'm trying to say. Umpires are repositioning themselves. Again, we've got 2 umpires. The home plate umpire now is located behind the pitcher's mound due to the COVID regulations. And Austin Thornton, a left-handed hitter in the box now. And that one's going to scoot by Far enough for the runners to advance on the wild pitch. So we'll call that a wild pitch underneath the glove of Miller. So the runners advance now to second and third with one out, and the number 9 hitter, Grady Karches, in the batter's box. So ball 1, one out, and that's going to be ball 2, a little bit low. So 2-0, one out. Valley City leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Runners on second and third. Austin Thornton out on second base is wearing a knee brace. I noticed that when he was first up. And a pickoff attempt at third base, and pitching umpire calls that one safe. The runner, Alex Thornton, came in standing up. It was close. Not close enough. Ulick winds and throws, delivers, strike one. Like it was about belt high. I can't tell from this side angle if it was inside, outside, or where it was, but 2-1 count now, one out. 2-0 in favor of Valley City. Runners on second and third, and the pitch, and a hit to Thome, and Thome's going to go to first base, and the run comes. The runners hold. No, the runners did advance, so the runner did score. So an RBI for Karches, and the runners advance. So a run scores, makes it 3-0 here in favor of Valley City in the bottom of the second, and 2 outs. Brings up the top of the order, Avery Benefeld. He advanced to first base in the first inning, bottom of the first on a hit by pitch. He's also a left-handed hitter, and Jake hit him right in the hip area. So Jake wheels and throws, and it's pulled right between first and second base, out to right field, and it's a single for Benefeld out to that right field area, and the run will score. That makes it 4-0 in favor of Valley City, as
now batting the center fielder, number
Thornton
7, Corey Nelson.
That was Alex Thornton that scored. Austin Thornton that scored. That's going to bring up Corey Nelson at the plate. Benefeld on first. Corey Nelson is first at bat, flew out to center field, and he strokes this one up high. It's behind first base. Wamry running backwards to get it, and just couldn't quite get there, as Tome and Tori Ulick all made an effort to go get that one, but it was just out of reach of everybody. 2 more runs here for Valley City in the bottom of the second. Gives it a 4-0 lead for Valley City here in the bottom of the second. 0-1 count to Corey Nelson. Benefeld on first, gets his lead. Hunter Wamry holding him on. Mason Tome at second base, and runners going, and it's in the dirt. A little bit too tough for Jordan Miller to handle and pick up and throw, so easy stolen base there for Avery Benefeld. Puts him in scoring position now here with 2 outs for Valley City in the bottom of the second inning. A 1-1 count to Corey Nelson. Swing, and he grounds that one to Tome. Mason picks it up, looks over to Hunter, makes a toss, and that's going to end the inning on